I'd like to call the Wednesday, January 4th, 2023 Board of Public Works and Safety meeting to order. We'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. If Brian Schultz would lead us. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Caught you off guard. Approval of minutes. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
I will second that. Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, state by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes 2-0. Please put in there that member Kosher is absent today.
Sure.
Public comment is, I do have Mr. Ogle, but he has now left and said Mr. Batchelor has taken care of his issue. Next one is Brian Schultz. Brian, if you could come forward and state your name and address for the record. And there is a 3-minute timeline.
Brian P. Schultz. And this is for express why I'm here, correct?
Correct.
This is for a parking ticket, which was dated, I'm right down the street, when Clay Street is all shoveled in by snow and there's no parking. The day I got this ticket, the evening at 2:37, I got the ticket at 8 a.m. The loader was there moving the snow. We have a parking problem in LaPorte, terribly. And I understand that, and I've spoken with you through messages about stuff. But
So Brian, if I can,
don't think due to where the city piles of snow, taking our parking spots like that in an area where it's kind of limited and everyone's shuffling their cars around, to where we have to park our car a block away in an area which we both know.
Brian, are you asking to not have to pay this?
Sir, yes, sir.
Okay, so what I'm going to ask you to do, the process for that is, if you will give the information to Annette, then they will have the police review it and bring it back to us at the next meeting, and then we can address it.
Yeah, there's an appeal form also that Annette
I
can
already
give you.
did.
Oh, okay,
Yes, I already did the appeal.
okay.
And that's where I put down the time, the date, and then the day I got the ticket, and then that morning when the snow was removed, and then the whole parking is,
So Brian, would you do me a favor, because it has to be put on the agenda, and this wasn't on the agenda? Would you go ask Annette that, hey, you've appealed it, to make sure she has the paperwork, and we'll put it on for the next meeting?
sir, yes, sir.
Thank you, Brian. Good to see you as always.
Yeah, you have one.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, you too. It's gonna be a good one.
Thank you. Any public comment via
Not
social
yet,
media? Clerk Treasurer Parthun.
Okay, we have payroll, the last payroll of the year, in the amount of $459,557.92.
Make a motion to approve payroll.
Second, discussion. Hearing none, all in favor, state by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, motion passes 2-0.
Okay. We have civil city claims in the amount of $1,381,521.13. This includes several semi-annual bond payments and almost all of our lease payments for lease vehicles for the year.
Make a motion to approve the civil city claims.
Second, discussion. All in favor, state by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, motion passes 2-0.
We have water claims in the amount of $95,297.45.
Make a motion to approve the water claims.
Second, discussion. Hearing none, all in favor, state by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, motion passes 2-0.
And then finally, we have sewage claims in the amount of $107,673.82.
Make a motion to approve the sewage claims.
Second, discussion. Hearing none, all in favor, state by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, motion passes 2-0. Thank you, Clerk Treasurer Barthune.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to table the Lineski annexation agreement. Do I have a motion?
You don't need to make a motion, just keep,
Okay.
yeah, just keep it there.
We have it would be necessary for Member Romine to abstain, and Member Kosher is not here, so we will move that forward to the next meeting in January. Nick Minnick.
We have here the title sheet for our emergency vehicle preemption project. This is a federally funded through NERC NDOT reviewed project. Looking for your approval and signature on the title sheet for this plan set.
And this is the paving
No,
project.
this is the signal project, so this is adding the Opticom system
Okay.
to
It's the only one that has the.
24,
Yeah.
26 signals, yeah.
So that
What he's got.
emergency vehicles can get through safely.
Yes, and push the button.
Yep, yeah.
Yeah.
So what this will allow is for fire, police, ambulances to have a GPS receiver. Instead of doing a line of sight trigger of lights, emergency vehicles will be able to, as they come in proximity to the signal will change, and there'll be hierarchy. So, it'll get, Andy, you can kind of share a little bit too, but get emergency vehicles to their destination faster, ideally.
When seconds matter.
Yeah, it like Nick said, there's a hierarchy to it, so it'll determine, it's all built into the system as to who gets the right-of-way first. I think they said the mayor was going to get the right-of-way first.
Well, he can't vote on this then, can he?
Well, this is great news. Again, you combine this along with the Tipton Street overpass, getting to people quicker. That's a good thing. So do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second, discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, state by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, motion passes 2-0. I got ahead of myself on the contract, so
That's okay. The next item is contract, the INDOT LPA contract for DES number 2201435. This is our community crossings program. So this is community crossings paving, which is paired with our numbers and letters street sewer separation project. So this is pavement associated with that project. So this is A Street from 10th to 18th. 14th, 16th, and then a little section of Miller and Kingsport as well. So a good amount of paving in that area, and this is full reconstruction, so it's always nice to be able to pair these projects and get a very complete project done where we have a long life ahead of us with that street.
do you have a motion?
Yep, so moved.
Second that, discussion, question. So again, we're separating sewer,
Correct.
which is more than overdue, plus new roads on letter and all letter and number streets?
This is the section essentially from I.
Mayor.
The area served by that project is I, from 10th to 18th to Andrew. However, there'll be benefit beyond that. So as you separate sewers, the sewer backups that kind of continue to push beyond that service area would also be improved or
So
reduced.
will this eliminate backups by separating, or?
It should in that area. There shouldn't be any more sewer backups because we won't have combined sewers. If there's a backup, it's because of an actual plug in a line. It's not because the capacity is being met.
So I do, and again, we love paving roads, so. Further discussion?
I had a question, maybe Nick, and I would have asked Jerry if he was here today, but we had a huge snowstorm, right, a couple weeks ago, followed by like very warm weather after that. How does that affect when you have a combined system? I feel like that can't be good for it.
No, it's not. It's not good for it. It really does put a massive load on it. Now, I think some of the bigger rain events in the spring are even worse than this because you'll get melting snow along with large rain events along, But it's never good, and we really need to keep progressing with our sewer separation projects. Monroe Manor is now separated. This will be the kind of the south portion of the numbers and letters. Jerry's working with a consultant right now to do a scoping for kind of the north section of numbers and letters. So, and then we have a number of smaller projects planned too. So we're kind of marching through the city, hitting the areas that have the worst, really. Basement backups are key as to where the locations need to be, and trying to make sure we eliminate that issue.
Do those weather backups cause the weather cause backups like that?
In a combined sewer, they can, because what it does is it essentially has the sewer meeting its capacity. So if all of the rainwater's in there and all the sewage is in there in a combined system, if there's not enough pipe to get it to the plant, then it starts backing up into homes.
And again, early on in this administration, we stated we have a 100-year-old problem that's going to cost $100 million.
Yeah.
And so we're addressing it one bite at a time, and
Yep.
Monroe Manor now, letter and number, so thank you.
Seems like we're addressing it in like $4 million bites at a time, but
We're also running a new water main all the way down I Street along with this project too. So the water department won't be out there fixing the water main since the road is completely rebuilt. We've had numerous breaks on that line over the years, so this is the time to get that line out of there also.
How old is that line?
I think it was in the 40s. It's cast. It's an old cast line. Breaks all the time. We probably from 16th Street to 10th Street in the past 3 years, we probably had 7 or 8 breaks on it. So it's time to get that line out. That will include all new service lines from the main to the curb stop for all the homeowners in that area too.
Progress.
and I don't know
Right.
if people would remember, but when we repaved 18th Street, there was a pretty large sewer project at the end near I Street, and that all kind of set up this program too. So this has been years in the making, trying to get to this point.
So I do have a motion and a second. Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, state by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
That's an electronic signature.
Motion passes 2-0.
It's an electronic signature. We have a resolution by Board of Works that only the mayor has to sign, just to clarify that too.
Are you okay with that?
Yeah, we approved that at another Board of Works meeting.
Yes. Thank you. And when will this process start? What's our goal?
We will look to bid this within hopefully the next month and a half. We need to have it under contract within the next 3 months.
Great. Thank you. So let's move department heads. It's a brand-new 2023. And Nick, we might as well start back with you. And I know people are asking about trash.
So our trash service is out for bid right now. We have a number of companies that are interested in providing us that service. We've provided a bid package that hopefully allows for companies to kind of highlight what they're going to be able to do well for us, but also gives the city enough flexibility to make sure we're finding the right service for our residents at the right price. So we're very excited about the number of companies showing interest, and we hope to have those bids come in. Those bids will come in about a week and a half. So.
And I think one of the most important things is customer service. Annette Leffler and I were just talking about it yesterday. I want somebody has to be responsible for the city of LaPorte residents that they can call and say, what's happening here? We know problems happen. It's how you respond to those problems and to make sure residents are updated. So, and then a lot of questions on Weller Avenue. Weller Avenue is not just easy as being able to pave Weller.
No,
Can you
Weller
explain?
Avenue is one of the projects that we've identified for federal funding. We just have not been able to submit a NOFA to get the work done. So it'll be a number of years out, but when we do reconstruct Weller Avenue, it needs utility work. It needs a lot. So it'll be a full reconstruction, and it'll be a very, very large project. Like I said, it's one of the projects that's ideal to use Group 2 federal funds on. We did not submit the last NOFA for Weller because we had other projects that were kind of capacity building projects that needed to kind of be prioritized ahead of that, and then we'll have Weller in the next NOFA, which is a Notice of Federal Funding Availability.
Weller's not easy just to reconstruct
Oh,
either.
no. Weller's a very, very large challenge. There's a lot of, like I said, utility issues both above ground and below ground. There's grade issues. There's geometry issues where, the right-of-way is not that wide, and we need to kind of fit a lot in there. I think we need to be aware. I mean, Weller feels narrow. There's no parking on Weller for the most part. That kind of helps reduce the speed. I think we have to not just think we're going to rebuild it and it's going to be a big wide open street, because then we're going to have increases in speed that really aren't appropriate for that neighborhood. So it'll be a large project and a challenge to figure out exactly what all needs to go into reconstructing and making that kind of the key corridor that it currently is.
Tim Werner, Water.
Good morning and thank you. I just wanted to give a shout out to our maintenance crew who, since December 21st through New Year's Eve, had worked on 5 different main breaks around town during that cold weather, including Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. The guys are both in working on those projects just to maintain integrity of the water system around town. We had several homeowners and businesses around town that obviously had frozen lines through the harsh weather we had over the Christmas weekend. I just want to remind the public that we do send a mailer out with August or October and November bills. Just letting you know, watch out for the cold weather. If you have lines that have frozen in the past, apply your heat tape. Make sure that all the openings are closed in their basement. That cold air blowing in on those lines is what freezes them. A lot of times people don't realize they have froze if it's an outside spigot or anything until it goes to thaw. So the last couple of days we've been getting even more calls as these lines start to thaw of leaks inside homeowners. Just a simple trick, pencil lead stream of water through the faucets will keep the lines from freezing. So just wanted to put a reminder out there to the public. I know we had our first taste of cold weather, and it's not going to be the last of the year. So, and we have staff on call 24 hours a day. If we can assist anybody that has a broken line by shutting them off outside or whatever, call us at any time, and we will have members of the maintenance team that respond immediately.
And thank you to Wastewater and Water for even Christmas Day. Appreciate them being out there. And again, you all offered the county help while they had their flood, and if there's things that we can do to help the county, again, we want to be a team to all local units of government to help them, and I'm sure that's something they could do as well when it gets cold.
Yeah. Read your water bills. We put that information in there for a reason.
Thank you. Andrea Smith, HR.
Read your water bills.
Good morning, Board, and Happy New Year to you. Andrea Smith, HR Department. HR worked with, over the holiday weekend, I should say, with the Clerk Treasurer's Office to ensure that payroll and all the changes will be ready to go for the first payroll this week. Changes were voluminous.
Voluminous.
We had
That's a good
a lot
word
of
for it.
them. So it's always good to have a couple sets of eyes going over. There's probably things we did miss, however, we will fix those on the second payroll of the year. So please, employees, do not panic, or department heads, let your employees do not panic. Everything is fixable. But again, we tried to have a few sets of eyes going over everything, and we were here all day Saturday. So, on Friday, January 13th, I will be on a Zoom meeting reviewing all of the policy changes. This meeting will be recorded, so Attorney Otis can watch it as well and ensure things are proper. So again, it's going to probably be a 2 to 3 hour meeting on Friday, January 13th.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Beth West, Transport.
Good morning. Transport ended on a positive note, even though we did shut down for the blizzard for a couple days. We had 3 200 rider days in December, which is phenomenal considering we're starting to come back from COVID. For the month of December, we had over 3,500 riders. We beat 2019 numbers, which is what our main goal always is to beat whatever happened in 2019. We've had over 10,300 riders for the quarter of the fourth quarter of last year, and we traveled over 30,000 miles for the year, so, or for the quarter. So we're still running year-end numbers, have several reports that are now due to state, local, and feds. So hopefully at the next meeting, I'll have a lot more numbers for you.
Thank you. Craig Phillips, Planning.
Morning. Gearing up for 2023 to be a very busy year. A lot of things going on. We're going to be doing a presentation this month, later this month, with several of the boards and commissions that were involved in the parking study. That project is wrapped up, and we'll be presenting that publicly so that people can see all the things that are included in that. And thanks to all the members of our city staff, department heads, and others that have been involved in helping us put together that that study. In addition to that, working on several development agreements related to recent public offerings that we've done through the Board of Works. So we'll be working on those actual development agreements associated with those projects. Work continues on the pattern book for the downtown streetscaping going forward in the future. So we'll be busy working on that with a committee that's been set up to work on that with us. In addition to that, very busy working on several annexations as of late, including the ones that were passed by the council last night, and the upcoming 39 North annexation, which is going to be very much in the forefront, involving several departments. So a lot of work is going to be going into that as well. And then we continue to work on the Trails, Greenways, and Pathways Master Plan, which will be wrapping up in the next few months. So that's all I have for today.
And 39 North, the process, we've reached the point now where we're addressing 39 North. The public will continue to have an opportunity to speak based on statute and the process, correct?
Yes, we'll be going into a statutory 6-month public input and information gathering process beginning in February. And so gearing up for that, and we'll be sending out notices to all the property owners and public notices accordingly.
And again, this is an exchange for addressing their water issues moving forward.
Correct.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Mark Schreiber, Park and Rec, and NIBC.
Yes, if you haven't heard, we're hosting the NIBC LaPorte Invitational this weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Very excited for it. 10 teams from the NIBC coming in. 6 of them are nationally ranked in the top 25. We actually have a bonus game on Friday that'll feature Indianapolis Cathedral and Chicago Simeon. Simeon is ranked 25th in the nation, number 1 in Illinois, and Cathedral is very tough. Last year's state champion in Indiana, and they were ranked number 1 for the preseason. Xavier Bogarts, their center, is going to Michigan State. We have over 30 top-ranked players in this. It's going to be exciting, and we know LaPorte's going to have great hospitality for all these teams. They're coming from everywhere as far as Arizona, Virginia, Florida, Kansas. It really is a national tournament. With that national television coming in, we have all the games are on the ESPN platforms, notably the first 2 games on Thursday on ESPNU, and then that Cathedral Simeon game on ESPN2, reaching 80 million households across the nation. So very exciting weekend at the Civic Auditorium. Tickets are still on sale for all 3 days. We're ahead of pace on both Thursday and Friday, so I encourage anybody, if you wanted to get your tickets for either of those 2 days, to get out and get them quickly. And we know last year, Saturday sold out before we even opened the doors. So if you're thinking you're going to wait to get them at the door, we encourage you to go online and get those before coming out. With that, we did have one ask of the Board of Works today, if we could have no parking on Tecumseh Street on Thursday and Friday and Saturday from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. This allows us to park buses. We'll have anywhere from 4 to potentially 5 or 6 buses at any time parked along there. Last year, we had some cars got mixed into there, caused buses to have issues of trying to get parked and try to get out. So it really is a logistical help to us to be able to limit that parking.
Chief Breton's,
We
Chief Snyder,
discussed
you
it.
both are comfortable?
Yes.
Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
I will second that. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, motion passes 2-0. If you could also remind people, veterans, City of LaPorte loves veterans on Thursday, free to veterans.
Yeah, on Thursday, free admission, 2 passes to any veteran or active military. Those can be picked up at either the American Legion or the VFW posts in town. We encourage people to take advantage of that. Thursday's going to be a fun day. We also will have GIS will be sponsoring a basketball shot contest. That'll be really exciting for everybody. The opportunity to win up to $10,000 if you're drawn to participate at halftime. And our big halftime will be on Friday. The 4 and 6 o'clock game have the Jesse White Tumblers coming out of Chicago. If you've never seen one of their performances, especially what they do for basketball halftimes, that's worth the price of admission alone, in my opinion. So be very exciting times. Anybody that went to the tournament last year knows exactly the athleticism, the level of basketball that you're seeing here is comparable to top-level college ball. And we've got, I'd say, a number of players here that will be in the NBA within 2 or 3 years. So don't miss out if you love basketball. We're really looking forward to it.
And Lalamere shared yesterday, they have 5 players right now in the NBA.
Yeah, 5 right now in the NBA. They've got 3 players on their rosters that have already committed to Division I basketball. That's just on Lalamere alone. So on average, most of the teams have at least 3 or 4 seniors that have already committed to play at the likes of Baylor, Kansas, North Carolina, Ohio State, Michigan State. So, I mean, these kids are already ready for that next level. And we know with the way college basketball is now, it could be 1 or 2 years and they're getting their name called on draft day from the NBA. So the quality of the basketball is really something you have to see to believe. And at the Civic Auditorium, there is no bad seat. I mean, there's no nosebleeds. You're right on top of the action for everything. So we look forward to it. I know the community is. We know LaPorte will roll out the red carpet and have great hospitality whenever they see these teams out and about town. And can't thank the Convention and Visitors Bureau enough for their partnership and all of our sponsors. It's just going to be a great 3 days. We're really, really excited for this.
And then Saturday, you'll have LaPorte teams actually playing at halftime?
Yeah, so we did this last year. We'll do it again this year. The middle schoolers from the 7th and 8th grade will come out and scrimmage at halftime for the 5 and 7 o'clock game, and the LaPorte High School cheerleaders are going to do their performances during the 1 and 3 o'clock games. So obviously, we love to get that local flavor in there and get the community as involved as possible. So, and we've got a lot of volunteers that are coming out to help with operations. So it's going to be exciting. But we encourage people, don't wait to the last minute on your tickets. Get those before you come up to the door. We'll be putting announcements out if we still have tickets available. But we had a number of people upset last year because they came to the door on Saturday and we were sold out before we even threw the doors open. So we encourage people to get those tickets early.
And it could be one of your last times to sit in those seats.
It could be, yeah. The seats will be replaced this summer. We're very excited for where the facility is going in terms of the renovations. And, we'll be talking with our partners with Paragon Marketing and the NIBC this weekend. We know we're going to have the event back next year, but we'd love to have them for an extended contract. We just really believe in this event and the notoriety. You can't buy this type of national notoriety. I mean, when at 5 o'clock Eastern time, 4 o'clock Central time, you're going to be in 80 million households. That's huge. Last year we were on ESPN2 in prime time. It's just an exciting way to showcase the Civic, our community, LaPorte County, and we're excited for the event. And it was a tremendous success last year. We're excited to see what will happen this year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jess Bruder, Communications.
Good morning. Like Mark said, working away on NIBC preparations. And then also just wanted to say thank you to everybody who participated in the free headshots that greatnews.life took. I think Jeff Batchelor had 100% participation, so thank you, Jeff. That was awesome. And then those will be getting updated on the website for department heads specifically in the coming weeks. So that's all I got.
Thank you. Bert Cook, LEAP.
Good morning, Mayor. I have no reports.
Andy Snyder, Fire Department.
Fire Merit Commission will meet tonight. They will make the promotions for those 3 retiring firefighters that will retire at the end of this week. So I will let the board know of those promotions next meeting.
Chief Breton, Police.
The blizzard went off without, on police end, it was pretty good. We had a couple cars hit that weren't our officer fault. But I just got to plug those all-wheel drive cars. We retired. We have several cars that are pool cars that are two-wheel drive we no longer use. Everybody made it into work and made it home safely. So that was huge. I mean, that's a good plug for those vehicles. That's something we needed. Also, we're having the agility test. We're testing 5 people tomorrow night at P&W at 5 o'clock for future openings, and we have a couple applications of certified officers, so that's exciting also.
And a lot of that safety came from the street department, because I thought our roads looked fantastic, were plowed continually, and thank you. The street department doesn't get a lot of thanks for all the work day and night that they did, so congratulations on the street department's work.
Thank you. They did an outstanding job. They stepped up and was prepared for everything and really got everything going ahead of time so that we had a jump start on everything that came about. This week, we're out doing tree limbs, the Christmas trees that's out, picking them all up, getting them taken off the street. If it dries up enough, we're going to start filling potholes, but we got to get the water off the street before we can do that. So that's where we're at with that.
Because we're what in LaPorte?
Pothole free.
Pothole free. Also to address, we've had a lot of messages about the Rumley Hotel. Code enforcement, fire department have been on this for weeks. We understand that the elevator not in working condition right now is a problem. We get that. They're waiting on a part, correct?
Correct. And it is ordered. They're just waiting for it to come in.
And the fire department is willing to help those on higher level floors move up and down, correct?
That is correct. Yeah, we've done this at Oakwood Manor last year, had the same situation. It was an extended period for a elevator part to come in. We were more than willing to come over there and help people down to the lower levels.
So if people have that need or a family member want to call for their mother, father, grandparent, how do they do that?
219-362-3456. Main station, real easy one to remember, and the officer over there will make sure he assigns a truck to come out and help.
But the city of LaPorte is on this and working with them, but we can't force the part to come in. We had the situation previously, as you're aware. So anybody call and we'll be gladly, thank you, to help them. Legal?
I would comment on elevators. We have one at my office, and if you want a good career, get into elevators. It is hard to find somebody to fix them. They get paid very well, and so we've had the same issue at our office a couple times, and so nothing legal, but just to comment on that it's, especially in a building like that, I can't imagine that it's a new elevator, so.
Well, if you've seen the elevator at Newby Lewis, I'm taking the stairs every time. Okay. Any other comments from anybody? Any comments from social media?
Nope.
Member
Carissa Carlson said you're doing a great job, though, Mayor.
Carissa, thank you. Comments from Member Romine?
Nope, Happy New Year. Looking forward to a great year.
I'd like to thank Member Romine, Member Schreiber, Member Kosher.
Happy to sit in.
For all their great work in 2022. We're excited about 2023. With that, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
I will second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? We are adjourned. Have a great day, everyone.